irresponsible without your money, I'm not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Oh, you irresponsible without your money, I'm not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Oh, you irresponsible without your money, I'm not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm dropping the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. Shake a big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Gonna tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
This is Dev B Music.
Hey yo, yeah, Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19, huh? Icy, water dripping on a white tee.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. Chiefs.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The man from nearby Georgia Tech, Harrison Butker, gets us started. Off we go from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They snap it at one. Now Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And right away, he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Patrick Mahomes sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Kansas City.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead.
On for the point after.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 78 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw.
To kick off for the Falcons.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened.
And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, 10, 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
To number 10.
Tyreek Hill, 92 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, Can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Carrier. Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Here's Ryan. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Early on the carry.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
Ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. On the keeper, here's Ryan. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They scored.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Mahomes now on 1st down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man. And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see? Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity. Says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Got his man complete. Big play there, Ryan to Jones. 45 yards. Not sure much more could have been done there. Defensively, one up with him, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. His 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons have broken our tie. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there. And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, That's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house.
That keeps the score.
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Ryan sack.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game.
Kickoff for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard 2nd quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Allen Bailey, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. 3rd down here.
It's 3rd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He is going to find Hill here. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you're a fan of offensive football, this game has suited you well. Both offenses continuing to move the ball with relative ease.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of defensive football, you're not having so much fun watching this one. And these coordinators, they got to be scrambling.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Complete to number 10.
Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point.
Harrison.
The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Certainly not what So the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. In fact, I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That's a great pick. It's returned, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and move.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you're talking about what to do, on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one peachy.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes. You get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. They'll try and run it with Gurley. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. After the penalty, they only needed a yard. They thought they could get it across. They could not.
The right play, the right call, even though it was unsuccessful. When you have 1 yard to get, how many times
count on your offense?
Exactly. How many times have we heard a team say that? If you can't get 1 yard in this situation, well, they tried it, didn't get it, but I still think it was the right play.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. 2nd quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. And even 50 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hill the intended receiver once again. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And this is caught by Watkins. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons grab it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Matt Ryan in the offense heading back onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Ryan sacked.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
After the sack on 1st down, Ryan. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Pass
Don't worry
the
about
try.
it.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Keeps the score. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Mahomes going to throw. And going deep for Hill. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory.
1st and goal.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll try the option on first and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. LeRoy Reynolds able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the interception, here's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance. And he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
And that's a touchdown. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Pass interference. Offense.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Makes the score. Falcons 47.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
This will be fielded inside. And off deep in his own territory. Coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
So the kickoff on in a great field position. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Breeland. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Down, Falcons.
The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
From the 6.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarter.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's out, it's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time there was a turnover.
And caught up to him. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned. Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At at their own 37-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A gain of 32 that time.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
A loss of 6.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call it?
Receiver still gets a point there, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 8 yards out, and the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
Conversion.
Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6.
2-point conversion.
And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of this. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 67 yards. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer.
Harrison Butker.
That is a dangerous combination right there, as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Powell on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles.
And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. Doesn't matter where on the field, they're making plays.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang up.